A Tucson man charged with entering a school with a gun, then making statements about planning to harm students, will remain behind bars, but not for nearly as long as the Arizona Superintendent of Public Instruction was hoping for. Today, a judge handed down Daniel Hollander's sentence, and News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter, Corus Nylander, was inside that courtroom and joins us live outside Pima County Superior Court with more on what happened today. Corus.
Hello, Sean. For the next year and a half, Daniel Hollander is going to remain behind bars. Then he will start serving 10 years of probation, which will be focused on addressing his mental health. Tom Horne, the superintendent over Arizona schools, was inside of the courtroom here today and told me he was shocked. He was hoping Hollander would have to serve at least 20 years behind bars. We were not allowed to film the sentencing here today. Hollander was present in custody, and I can tell you looked completely different than the mugshot you just saw. He now has a black beard and a full head of hair. No victims in this case spoke, but the judge heard from the prosecution, which expressed how serious this crime was and how fear was spread across the community and at the school and could have been much worse. It was back in January that Hollander walked into the Legacy Traditional Schools East Campus with a gun and a knife, acting erratically and later making concerning statements to police that he was going to kill kids. Luckily, nobody in this case was killed. Hollander's defense attorney told the judge he deserves jail time for this and that probation would actually be helpful for his client. Hollander spoke to the judge directly and apologized, blaming the incident on his mental health, which he claims is now under control. I spoke with Rachel Stiles, who is one of the main prosecutors on this case. She disagrees with Horne and believes that this sentence is keeping the community safe.
You know, when you talk about just sending somebody to prison, that is only a temporary resolution to a long-standing issue. And so probation will allow for the continuing monitoring to make sure that he is still safe in the community.
We have to protect the community from people like this. If he's willing to take a gun and a knife into a school and say he's going to kill 20 kids to make them famous, he should not be on the street.
And Horne tells me in light of this case, he's going to be asking the state legislature to earmark some more funding for school resource officers. In this case, he feels it was the quick actions of a Tucson police officer assigned to that school that stopped us from talking about a mass shooting here today. Thankfully, again, in this case, nobody was physically harmed. We'll keep you updated as those efforts continue at the state legislature. We're live tonight outside Pima County Superior Court. Corus Nylander, News 4 Tucson.